reach back and grab folks behind. That's one thing I was taught in the military. Is as you move up, you should always reach back and grab someone behind you, take them, pull them along with you, grab them and bring them through the process. That's what we should all be doing. It's not about you, it's not about me, but it's about them. Them being the ones behind us. All right. Up next, we got Brother Prophet from Outcast. So listen, I've heard a prophet on many occasions speak. This is a very enlightened, very smart, forward-thinking brother. Very smart. So listen, I hope you guys will be blessed like I have been on numerous occasions by listening to him and paying attention to what this brother is saying. All right, let me get a round of applause for our Brother Prophet.
On the 16th of May, 2010, I was walking home from a party with a couple friends of mine, and we were just doing like 16-year-olds do. And because I live in New York City, I'm accustomed to stop and frisk. So some police rode up on us, and they told us to get up against the wall. Now this is nothing new to us. We've seen this before. And so as they did that, they told me that I had been accused of stealing a book bag. And I told him, I didn't steal no book bag. And he told me that you stole this book bag because the guy who's accusing you is in the car and he pointed you out. I look like the other thousands upon thousands of black teenagers in New York City. And they told me, we'll just take you down to the precinct and we'll just ask you some questions. They didn't contact my mother, and I didn't know no better. So I went down to the precinct with them. And they kept me in this holding cell for 18 hours. And for 18 hours, I was there while they kept me in this cold room. Finally, they interrogated me. And at the end of the interrogation of a book bag, they told me that they were charging me with larceny, assault, and robbery. And at 16 years old, I was sent to Rikers Island. Rikers Island. For a 16-year-old on Rikers Island, it was pure hell. Every day they gave us buckets, these little metal buckets that we had to wash our own clothes in. And everything you got on Rikers Island, you had to fight for. And at 16 years old, I had to learn how to fight. What am I doing at 16 on Rikers Island? My mother, she tried as hard as she could. In the beginning, she would come by every day just to put something on my commissary, just to say hello. But it began to get to me. I remember one time where they told me I should join a gang. That's how you stay safe in Rikers. But I told them, I'm not a gang member. I don't want to join a gang. And they said, well, you got to join the gang to stay safe. And I remember this one time the gang leader, he spit in my face. Do you know how hard it is when somebody spits in your face? And he did just that. And so we got into a fight. But they're a gang. I'm just a 16-year-old kid. They beat me mercilessly. 15 of them. And even the guards that came into the room, they act like they were helping them, but the guards never pushed the panic button. And they beat me. And they backed me into a corner. And they beat me again. Just a kid. And so I can remember how the guards, how ruthless they were. And they would tell me, you should just go ahead and kill yourself. You see, on Rikers Island, I was bred into a culture of suicide. I can remember waking up one morning and they had everybody stand in front of their cells. And they pulled a kid out from down the hall and he had hung himself. And I seen it. And then there was another guy who had slit his wrist. And so over the time, I became accustomed to suicide. I was taught how to be suicidal. And so I just remember my mother was so sad. she was so mad at the system. And I kept asking people. I would say, hey, when is my court date? And then finally, I got a court date. And I went into the judge's chamber. And I had this court date. And I just knew that I was able to plead my case because I didn't do it. But they told me that they needed continuance. So I went back to my cell. And you know, there was this guard one time. He said, we're going to take you to the shower. I had to be escorted to the shower. And on the way to the shower, he started beating me. You know what he told me? He said, you should just kill yourself. You're no good to nobody. Just kill yourself. And they threw me to the ground. And this is on the video, too. He started stomping me and beating me. And the other guards, they came, and they were stomping me and beating me, too. And these are the guards. And I'm asking for help. I'm screaming. And I remember this one time as well, where the other people, they told me, in order to use the phone, you got to give it up. You're right. You got to give it to us. And so what did I have to do? I had to fight. And I had to fight again. They put me in solitary confinement. It was there, 23 hours a day, where I noticed I wasn't the same person that I once was. My mother, she would try her hardest to come and see me. And every time she would see me, she would remark on how I changed and how things were different with me. I began to bulk up because I was scared. So I began to try and lift weights and do what I can because I had to fight. I had to fight for my laundry. I had to fight for my commissary. I had to fight for the right to use the phone. I had to fight the guards. I had to fight the gang members. And the sexual abuse, I don't like to talk about it. I haven't gotten to the point where I can talk about it, but the sexual abuse. One day, they told me that you're going to see the judge. Go see the judge again. They brought me in front of the judge, and the judge told me, just plead guilty. And I said, Your Honor, I didn't do it though. They said, I'll give you 3.5 years in prison if you just plead guilty. But if you take the trial, you could get up to 40 years. And I said, I just want to go home. I want to see my mother and my brothers and my friends. I just want to go home. And the judge sent me back. The DA actually asked for a continuance 30 times. 30 times they asked for a continuance and drug my case through the mud. The judge said, okay, they brought me back in again. And this time the judge said, hey, I'll give you 2.5 years in prison. Just say you did it. This is the judge. And I told her, I said, Your Honor, I didn't do it. I didn't steal a backpack. I didn't assault nobody. They sent me back again. And then 2 weeks later, they told me they would just let me out on time served. I just wanted to go home, y'all. I just wanted to go home. That's all I wanted to do. Go home. And my mother, she tried so hard. And 2 weeks later, the DA dropped the case. I spent 1,000 days in prison. 1,000 days in prison. Was never tried, and I was never convicted. I got my GED when I got out, and I enrolled in Bronx Community College. I had a 3.6 GPA. I just wanted to get my life back. And my mother said that she would catch me walking in a square in my room, back and forth. Because that's what I did when I was locked up. That's the only thing I could do in solitary confinement. I spent 800 days in solitary confinement. 800. I just wanted to be just like y'all. I just wanted a life. But it was stolen from me. It was taken from me. And I never get it back. I asked for help. They put me on medication. I tried as hard as I could, y'all. Today is the 6th of June, 2015. My name is Kalief Browder. Today is the day that I killed myself. The system failed me. They robbed me. They took everything from me. And I took my own life because of it. And I'm sorry, y'all. I just couldn't hold on any longer. Only thing I ask of you today, don't let it happen again. There should never be another Kalief Browder. Right now, today, make a firm commitment that you are going to stand for justice, that you're going to stand for reform, that you're going to be part of the solution. Because it's too many Kalief Browders that have already happened. It's too many Centoria Browns. It's too many of us. And so all I ask of you is don't let my death be in vain. I died so that everybody else can live. In the spirit of those who we lost, I say no justice. Peace, y'all.